This one was perfect and claimed by Allen on the ricochet. Hoops it up short. Rebound tapped over to Harris. And he'll be on the run on the fast break. Harris going right at Mobley, holding his ground. Reload, Duren, off his foot, out of bounds. These two teams know each other like the back of their hands. But Kenny Atkinson said, it's actually a lot more that we're trying. Throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. That's physicality. Jared, delivery. It's the cutter, Thompson. Outside, Robinson with 4 to shoot. It's a grenade for Cunningham, and he hits.
Creating an open look for his teammate, Cade Cunningham.
Now Mobley with a mismatch against Robinson. Puts the shoulder into his chest. Catch and shoot. Harden triple. Harris. 4 to shoot. Harris working on Mitchell. The drive. The jumper is pure.
He has been so solid here.
8 straight games now in this playoff run. That's the longest stretch of his career, regular or postseason. Harden. Tough triple. That doesn't go. And it falls for times in this series, but he's been heavily impactful, but he loses the basketball. Harden scoops it up, finds his spot, takes his time, and knocks down a 3.
And Robbie James.
He's in Houston, where he was the league's leading scorer and essentially an unstoppable offense. And Dean Wade on the help.
The floater, it was the off-the-ball threes, and then at late game, obviously the big ones that he makes. But just a little bit of
his days in Houston, where he was the league's leading scorer and essentially an unstoppable offensive force. But Kenny out here, Detroit 2 for 6 to start this game. Cleveland 3 for 5. Robinson, tough dribble up, and it's off the heel. That means Allen's got the smaller Thompson. Heavily physical defender, but they want the ISO for Harden. Creates the space, and he doesn't get the roll. In the first couple games in Detroit, Mitchell on the drive, kick. It's Harden again for 3.
Grant, he is getting to create that turnover, get out and go.
The other thing that Kenny Atkinson said about the adjustment, he listens to his coaching staff, and it was almost unanimous. No, we need Dennis's energy coming off the bench. We're seeing that this start.
Cavaliers early on going right at one of the elite defenders in the NBA.
This is a team who is incredibly physical and incredibly aggressive on the defensive end, but does sometimes get in foul trouble.
His secret ingredient there, the aggressiveness, but a little too aggressive in some of these games, and that will have to sit.
LeVert right off of Detroit.
And Detroit's going to need more here from Jalen Duren. It's been a tough first 5 minutes of this game for him.
Already 14 fouls on Detroit. Harden can't hit that time. Detroit 3 for 8, but they do have the 5 early turnovers that have led to 11 points. LeVert, the drive and kick. Harris open look, and he cans the triple. Now it's Mitchell against Duren. The switch, Harden, extra, Mobley attack on Duren, the long strides, and the tough finish.
How about Cleveland? They just kept seeing.
Just past the midway point of this first quarter. Duren the seal, going right at Mobley, and he spins for 2.
And that's a good sign there for Detroit. Go at.
Season 19.5 points per game. He's averaging just 10.4 so far in the playoffs this year. LeVert, another jumper. And a timeout for Cleveland. Allen, 3 points and a rebound in the early going. Now Strus, hook it. Harden's been the aggressor, and he floats it up too strong. Rebound poked around, out of bounds off of Allen. For J.B. Bickerstaff, he feels like if you get them in the half court defensively, he likes their chances of going on lengthy runs. We've seen it through the season. Tobias Harris, that is a... Jenkins looking to push. Stewart running rim to rim. He's got the mismatch with Schroeder. The catch and finish. Said made the game-winning play with that steal on the inbounds on Cade Cunningham in the 4th in Game 3. And that's a double dribble. James Harden trying to argue that it was knocked away. And Tyson. Jenkins, bounce. Stewart really shuffled the feet. Had it negated at the rim by Mobley. Stewart got it back and then knocked away by Mitchell on LeVert. LeVert cut him off. Half the shot clock gone. Mitchell wants to go to work. He'll float it up. Short. And LeVert. Early offense for LeVert. Directing traffic, approaching 3 to play in the first. LeVert through the contact. And a little bit loaded up. And it's in and out. 0 for 3, but the back tap to Tyson. Ball fake. Jumper. Off the heel. Long rebound. Mobley on the outside. Good defense by Stewart. Strus. 8 to shoot. He'll step into it. And it's back for 3. And it goes right back into the hands of Mobley. So Mobley with his second rebound. He's got 4 points, an assist, and 2 steals. Schroeder a blow.
Stopping him. He read that perfectly. The turn down was absolutely the play there.
LeVert tees it up. Book it for Karis LeVert. Yes. They have yet to commit a team foul themselves. Domas at the line. He has seen his minutes go down a little bit from the regular season, but Kenny Atkinson has loved his defense at the point of
just trying to wear down Cunningham throughout the course of this game.
Approaching 1 minute to play in the first. Cunningham step back, and he puts it down.
And with the side,
off the screen. Couldn't turn the corner. And Schroeder can't touch it. Jenkins trying to get there first. Nice track down by Mobley. 4 to shoot. He'll let it fly. Drive, sidestep, kick out. Jenkins. Extra goes to Holland. Off the heel. And it's swiped down by 1.2 seconds left in the first. Schroeder get it in. Mitchell gets it off. Oh, and it nearly goes from what? And LeVert has taken it back for the Pistons. Stays out there. Robinson, Cunningham, Duren, and Holland rounded out. And LeVert stays. Duren on the outside. 8 to shoot. Cunningham surveys. Duren's going to attack. Right at Mobley. The slow step for the deuce.
He wins the battle, and maybe that jump starts his offense.
Merrill drive and kick. Open man is Mobley. And he's on target.
And we finally knocked for the Pistons.
Meanwhile, that's the second foul on Sam Merrill in the first 90 seconds of this second quarter. Kenny Atkinson felt like they missed his presence in the second half of game 1 and certainly all of game 2.
Well, no, it's something to watch for
putting it together. Mitchell, kick it. Strus, open look. Hits a 3.
Well, Mitchell has.
Cleveland now 5 of 14 from 3. Detroit efficient 4 of 8 to start this game. LeVert, tough one. That goes. Short on this 3. Thompson back on the floor with the 2 fouls. Duren, Robinson, Cunningham, and LeVert. LeVert. And he put it inside, a little high for Evan Mobley, and a turnover. And then takes it right back. Strus taking off for 2. Duren will try. Comes up short. Green for Merrill. Mitchell put the head down on Robinson. Outside hard. Merrill, the open man. Connects on a 3. I think he was.
I like it.
He was impressed.
That was impressive. That was a clinic, not the play. To tell us right now.
Well, I learned from the best. Stars here, you got to show up.
Throughout these playoffs so far, and this series in particular, the team who has won that turnover battle has generally won the game. Another good look, and another hit for Merrill. Steal into the hands of Harris. Harris, lob it inside, and Duren guides it home.
What a fake.
Weak side rebound. Wade couldn't squeeze it, and it's taken away by Harris. No real numbers. Cade doesn't care. He'll go right to work at Schroeder. Draws by contact and floats it home.
For Detroit, so I love that off that stop, Detroit was opportunistic, that they looked to go get their own early off.
With Isaiah Thomas. But the 6 second-half turnovers really plagued his team down the stretch, and he took full accountability for it post-game. Schroeder, 9 lines. Past the midway point of the second. Schroeder had it knocked away. Picked clean by Harris. On the fast break, LeVert. That was awkward, but it was effective.
But it's been an issue for Cleveland.
Now it's Harris against Harden. We're going to back him down with 5 to shoot. Cross, drive. Harris had a block by Jared Allen, but recovered by Stewart. Game. Along with Ron Harper, Brad Daugherty, Kevin Love, and LeBron James 37 times. Evan Mobley getting right back to the basket.
His impact on the defensive end, it's noticed.
And the struggles continue as they matriculate. Eastern time for more on these games. Please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Were you guys curious why you feel so comfortable with us that every day feels like Sunday? LeVert on the drive, and he has pulled off substantially from that rapid start.
Defensive effort there from Karis LeVert.
He's got a game-high 14 off the bench. Tobias Harris rattles it home.
Game 4.
10 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals so far for Tobias Harris. Harden into the paint, and he just finds a 3. It was Paul Reed who came in and provided a huge lift. It would end up being but when they're playing either even, close or slightly ahead. Isaiah Stewart, because of his defensive intent. Now he has to guard Cunningham. Cunningham elbow J. That's smooth.
Operation. Cunningham just so efficient in the mid-range off the bounce.
Pocket pass, Mobley kick it out. Mitchell three. Bullseye.
But I love the look.
Duran tried to post up. Now they get the switch with Strus. Harris step through, floats it up, and gets the roll.
I'll tell you what, Tobias and getting whatever he wants.
Strus three. Rebound Allen. Second chance Cleveland. Allen through the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Donovan Mitchell all over. It must have been a point of emphasis.
You just don't want to gift a guy like Donovan Mitchell.
But I appreciate you, Noah.
See, I'm a good teammate, Robbie.
Don't let Robbie come between us.
I'm a great teammate.
there are some.
Cunningham the ball fake. Size advantage with Mitchell. He wants to go to work. Over the double team. Cunningham, no. Rebound LeVert. Couldn't put it back in. Harris 10 to shoot for Cunningham. Working on Mitchell. Cunningham fend off. The cross. The kick. LeVert buries the three.
That is a...
Mitchell had Harris twisting and turning. Couldn't hit the three, but the second chance for Harding. Through the contact. And a foul's going to be called on LeVert.
Line.
There you go, Wheaties over Michael's secret stuff for LeVert. This week, don't miss an all-new... The varsity. Now, come on, we only have varsity.
True, but that's really the varsity.
No, it is. That's...
You appreciate the effort there, Strus picking up, but Cade Cunningham, you don't want to give him anything easy.
He's been a volume guy and has needed to be so.
Well, he does hit on a pair. Second quarter. Bounce it Mobley to the corner for Mitchell. Shimmy shake and had it knocked away. Trying to scoop it back up. A lot of contact. And it's out of LeVert with 17 off the bench. Harris will drive and finish. 7-second difference shot clock and game clock with a little zone look here defensively for Detroit. 6 to shoot for Harden. Likes the matchup with Robinson. Bounce it. The cutters. Mobley.
To be aggressive, and he got that message early, so hopefully he gets it started here to go in this second half.
Well, especially early in the clock, as Robbie pointed out in that first half. Harris comes up short with an air ball, hoping that he can do the same here in the second half of Game 4. They get the stop to start. Now Harden got off to that quick start. He's got 15 points and 6 assists, and there is Mitchell with a 2.
Good fight by Evan Mobley. Could have been an offensive rebound. Now Cleveland with the early offense.
And right on cue, it is Mitchell getting into the paint and floating it in, plus the foul. Coming off his 35-point, 10-rebound Game 3. Playing with those early fouls. Good ball movement around. Mitchell with a good look. Bottom. Outside for Harden. Reset 2 minutes into this third quarter. Harden on the drive. Leaves it. Allen for the deuce. Now it's Mitchell in control. 8 points already in the third. Mitchell will tee it up again and knocks it down.
And get in your flow. That's your superpower, and he's achieving it.
Yeah, the scoring is not necessarily a concern. He affects the game other ways, but this guy affects. Reed the drive. Allen stayed with him. Jenkins now on the floor with 4 to shoot. Cross on Mitchell. Jenkins, oh, swatted! Jared Allen.
Glass themselves.
Averaging corner. They're letting Allen hear it. And Allen will reward him. Harris drive. Harris can't stop the bleeding. And a foul on the floor.
Throwing that thing.
With the good hands. Mitchell. Drive past Jenkins. Spin around LeVert. And finish over the top. Straight for the Cavs. Allen gambles. Reed. The swipe and slam. B-ball.
That was impressive. 2 hands on Jared Allen.
Mitchell says, I'll go right back at it for 2.
Taking it personal here in this third quarter.
With no Duran and no Stewart on the floor, Paul Reed wise to go right at him.
And then Reed cans the triple. He has made Cleveland home after being traded here a couple seasons back. Like Detroit had played their best basketball and still had a 4-point cushion as LeVert got Schroeder in the air and puts it down. Cleveland for 3 years under J.B. Bickerstaff. And now trying to burn his former team. Quarter. Wants to go back to work against Harris. Mitchell the cross, the drive, the float, gets the roll.
His way to the middle of the floor.
LeVert off the screen. LeVert attack mode, banks it in.
And it's interesting right now, Kenny Atkins and Detroit is able to make them pay by getting shots in the paint.
Harden drive, kick, Merrill three, not there. It's Reed working against Allen. Reed right to the basket, and Reed has two more. Jenkins steps up. Schroeder off the screen. Jenkins, good recovery defensively. Merrill, tough three. And he nearly banked it.
Not kidding, the buses had come and gone. Paul was dripping in sweat after running set after set, getting up countless shots.
They don't get rattled at all, and we've seen that plenty of times here in this postseason.
Empty trip there for Pulverum, and he throws it away. It's a numbers game the other way. Detroit with the advantage. LeVert on the drive, finds the space, shovel inside, and Reed with the finish. Kick, extra, Harden, 9 to shoot. Harden floats it up, doesn't get the roll. Mobley the offensive rebound, and he is fouled. So Mobley, who really struggled from the free throw line in game 3, is now 3 for 3 at the charity stripe here in game 4. Reed last night in game 4, all even at 2 apiece. They head back to San Antonio. All the coverage that he had gotten it across when Strus knocked it back. But the officials disagreed. Pick and pop, it's Merrill. Off the heel to Robinson. Robinson floated up, Reed comes down, back outside. Good luck for Duncan Robinson. His three cashes home. Harden with 4 to shoot. Bounce it. Schroeder's going to have to get it off. He does, and he banks it in. 2 for 1 opportunity now for Detroit. Jenkins off the screen. Jenkins all the way, and Reed cuts to the rim for 2.
Dennis Jenkins.
Robinson, Harden, shimmy shake, step back 3, and the whistle comes in. Robinson can't believe it, and Harden looking towards that.
Robinson called for that foul.
Plus 21 in this third quarter. Harden now has 23 for the game. They have combined for 40. Harden with his 40th career playoff makes it 90 to 75. 5 seconds left in the third. Jenkins puts the head down, floats it up. No, tip in goes Reed. Manageable for the Pistons here in the fourth. Merrill drives baseline, 7 to shoot, caught there. Mitchell was hot, and he comes up short to start the fourth.
Up and contesting that shot at a really high level.
Bounce it for Strus. Will attack inside. Mobley the finish. Second chance, Cunningham can't hit the 3. Long rebound, Mitchell has it. Mitchell attacks. The swipe, the finish. Hook it, Merrill, drive it, regain it, but he couldn't finish it. Second chance, 6 to shoot. Mitchell through the contact. Unstoppable. Duran post up. Trying to drop step. Instead, he turned it over.
Ground there. Tobias Harris trying to back his way in, and that's just tough physical defense from Donovan Mitchell.
Couldn't bank it in, but he's fouled and has a chance. 30 for Mitchell. Take a look at the. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
And Mitchell now with a 30th game with 30 points. Now he's moving to a tie for 17th with Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson, and Kawhi Leonard.
That is impressive company as Cunningham fence. He's got 28 now in this second half. He had 21 in the third quarter as, let's say, a consultant as a part of his staff. Vincent Collet, who is the national coach of the French national team. Before, the French team looked like they were down and out. In fact, when they lost towards the end of group play and nearly were eliminated before that knockout stage, as Cunningham floats it up and in.
Our time in Paris, I mean, my right guard went left.
No question. Duran with force.
Okay.
Tripped by Harris, scooped up by Thompson. Numbers the other way. Cunningham will load it up, and he sticks it from the outside. Timeout, Cleveland. Wade goes to rescreen. Harris steps up. Wade 2 to shoot. Wade on the drive. And Wade got it off, but he comes up well short. A shot clock violation.
But Cade
To it. 22 points off the bench in 27 minutes for Karis LeVert. Driving on Schroeder. Staying in front. Cunningham with some more space. Oh, inside. 7 to shoot for Schroeder. Looking to attack on LeVert. Spray it out. Mitchell over the top. And they're going to call it on the floor, but it won't matter because Detroit is 34 for Mitchell. Sunday matchup in our first game on NBC on Sunday as Donovan Mitchell is now up to 35 points with 31.
will know about it coming down the floor.
Cunningham is accepting the defensive challenge. Mitchell step back. Raindrops. High. 34 second half points for Mitchell. A complete spider explosion as
That left hand, but you're right.
Allen, shovel, Mitchell again.
With his performance, I mean, I've seen a lot of playoff games. I don't know if I've seen a half quite like
Cut and another dribble drive for an and one, and now it's on. And you just, there's no turning that off.
Long rebound, saved by Mobley into the hands of Cunningham. Bouncing for Harris on the attack. Harris over the top. Couldn't finish. Tip in. 8th playoff 40-point game.
Remember a time where a star player struggled the way that Mitchell did in the first and then to bounce back like this in the second?
half, and I said, yeah. And he said, watch.
And then he did it.
And he went off.
Called a shot.
And he guarded Ben.
Mitchell has 38 points in the second half. The playoff all-time record for points and a half is 30s. Donovan Mitchell leading the way. Looking for the capper. Instead, it's outside, and it's Strus. Poke 1-11. Platoon swap coming next dead ball for Cleveland. Harden dance. Off the... Mitchell will finish with 42, 38 of them coming in the second half as Porter throws it away and Reed with the cookies and milk.
Again, and this Cleveland team, they gained some confidence, I think, coming back home cooking, which they've been so... Oh my goodness.
That's another turnover, and Sasser with it does for Merrill. Nearly threw it away. Now Mitchell trying to circle around, and Mitchell takes it all the way, missed it. Mobley to follow. He has tied the record. Sleepy Floyd now with company at the top of that list.
I blame that on Robbie.
I think you're right. Sorry.
No. No, you didn't.
For the record.
You didn't. Harden with a tough catch. And the jump ball is called with 13 seconds left.
I'm not sure how hard.
Sasser will put up a 3 off the heel. Rebound out of bounds off Cleveland with 5.2 on the clock.
Well, now for the Cavs.
They're going to have to get a win in Detroit.
They're going to move to 6-0 here at home in the playoffs as Reed won't get another shot off, and the Cleveland Cavaliers